Hello, everyone. I'm Kyle Turner for the Northeast Conference, and today we have an NEC Men's Soccer Tournament special edition GEICO Google Hangout. I'm joined by LIU Brooklyn's Tanner Sica and Logan Keys. Guys, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you
for having us.
All right, just a reminder before we get things started, today's GEICO Google Hangout is brought to you by GEICO. 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on your car insurance. Visit geico.com. So, guys, let's jump right into it. Perfect record. Where'd it come from?
I think it comes from the top. We kind of had some difficulties in our non-conference schedule, which I think was kind of a little bit of a test for us. I think that's why it's set up that way. Non-conference before conference to prepare you. So, we did what we had to do, and we started hitting the stride at a good time and had picked up a tie and a win right before conference, in which we didn't get scored on. So I think that was huge for us going in and gave us good confidence going into FDU.
Tanner, anything to add?
I agree with everything you said. Yes, starts during practice too, fixing the things that didn't go very well in preseason and the game before that. Yeah, just practicing hard and going in with a game plan and then knowing everyone's role and just coming out with some W's.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's take it back to 2012. Logan, you came in redshirt freshman.
Mm-hmm.
Tanner, you were a freshman that year as well. The team hasn't had more than 5 wins in a season since you guys came in. And this season you finished 11-5-2. And like I said, you finished with a perfect record in league play. The first time that a team has done it since Robert Morris did it in 1995. So what's different this year than in the past couple years? I know you guys have a lot of good young talent with Rasmus Hansen and Simon Hesnes and Romario Guscott and all those guys. So what is different this year than in the past couple of years?
I think with us, I think you said it yourself in the fact that we've had the most talent, I think, that we've had in a while. But I think what we've done a really good job of this year was kind of cultivating that talent and building good chemistry both on and off the field. I know it sounds a little cliche, but I think that we've really come together more as a family this year than I've ever felt in our past 3 years here. And we've really done a good job of taking that talent and bringing the best out of it on and off the field. And I think it's just kind of, it's really created that family sense for the guys. You're fighting for your brothers out there every day. So I think that's been huge for us. And there's building confidence after each win. I think it's, when you win, you become more confident. And if you continue to do so, things kind of tend to go the right way. So I think that's been 2 big things for us for sure.
Yeah, the Scandinavians coming in, they really brought a higher level. So they play such a high level over there. And just coming over here and teaching us some things we don't know, and just they came into the program very easily, and they're like a family to us now, and they really helped this team out a lot.
Okay,
props to them a lot.
So during my time, I saw you guys play. Tanner, I gotta say, really creative with the ball. It really cool stuff. This year, you've taken more of a leadership role. What's that process been like for you during your time at LIU?
It's been hard. It's been a little different. I'm very I think I like to say I'm reserved, not very loud. I don't like to shout. I'm kind of quiet. But I think with TJ naming me captain this year, just getting out of my shell a little bit for the next level and just talking to guys and helping them. And he thinks that if I'm saying something, that they'll look up to me a little bit because I don't talk that much, and it means a lot because I'm working hard, and if I tell them that they're working hard, then they respect that.
Okay, so would you say that maybe you lead by example?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Logan, let's shift the focus to you. Right now, you're ranked amongst the national leaders in a couple of categories this season.
Mm.
You're second in goals against average with a 3.57 and second in save percentage with a 9.09. You also finished the regular season with 7 shutouts. What's working for you this year as opposed to the years past?
I think it's definitely, I tip my hat off to the back line. I think we're much more organized this year than we've been in the past. I think it's a combination of the level of play that we have in our back four, including our D middies, But I also think it's a testament to guys' work ethic and just overall commitment to defending and kind of taking a little bit of pride and an extreme pride in defending. And I think that's why, you've seen a lot of shutouts. And I think it's even more reason why a lot of them have been at home, because there's almost that even a little bit more of a sense in keeping our birdcage goalless. So I think that's why we've gotten a lot of the success. And, the stats are the stats. And, it hasn't been a year where I've had to kind of go out and make, 8 save games, 9 save games. It's been, we need you here. And luckily, for the most part, I've been there when they've needed. So, I guess hats off to especially this guy in the back line for sure.
Yeah, I've noticed that you when called upon, you've risen to the occasion. This past weekend, for example, you had a great save against, I think it was John Makaya of St. Francis Brooklyn, where you just jumped up and got enough of it to knock it out. So you've done a really great job so far this season. Well, let's take it back to the newcomers. How exactly were you guys able to make things work? I know sometimes with new players coming in, maybe they don't adjust to the system right away. But what exactly, when did you guys realize that it was starting to click?
I'm
the talker.
Yeah, like I said before, kind of quiet.
So I think, when they came in, the Scandinavians specifically, it was almost like an instant click, and we were a little apprehensive, I think, of kind of how they would mold in. And you got 5 guys that this isn't their first language coming in, and you don't really know how things are going to shake out. But they came in, and it was like, I think, day 2 of preseason when nobody's on campus, and they were in our room playing FIFA in between practice. So they clicked right away, and I think once their ability showed on the field, it just made it even easier because they're extremely talented, but I think talent goes so far, but work ethic goes even farther, and their work ethic's phenomenal. I think they have a great sense of pride, and going into practice at 100% and working hard, and almost creating that environment that's gonna kind of stimulate what a game situation is gonna be like. And I think a combination of all that, they've just kind of it's weird. It's almost like they just fit right in.
So Tanner, from a leadership role, what's it like when you have newcomers coming in and you think you might have to kind of help them out, but in reality they fit already? How does that make the process or just being a leader, how does that make that easier?
Just them coming in, and they already know how to play the game, obviously, and talking to them, they all know English very well, so talking to them was really easy on the field, and just continuing to bring them into off the field stuff and just getting them to all feel like they're at home, away from home. And it was super easy, and they've been killing it on the field for us. So
okay,
it was pretty easy.
Good. Let's shift to this coming weekend. You guys are hosting the NEC Tournament. You won your first regular season title since, I believe you won it. There was a share of the title in 2002. But you're hosting the tournament this year. What does that mean to you guys? Tanner, you being a senior, what does that mean to you?
Oh, it's huge. Hosting it here in the Birdcage and having that chance to finally get that ring and playing the NCAA tournament is huge. And I'm really happy I'm spending it with these guys and that we have the chance before I'm done.
Logan, what about you?
Just to piggyback off of Tanner, it's definitely exciting, especially with the success we've had at our home field. I think that gives us a little bit of an advantage. I don't think people really like playing in an area that's fenced in with a huge blue fence, but it's our home, and we take pride in playing here. And I think we're really looking forward to it. And you kind of got to know that there's some really cool possibilities out there and some avenues that Tanner just talked about. But I think it's just we're coming in preparing for that 90-minute game in the same way that we just did against Brooklyn this past weekend, and just trying to keep your eye on the prize that's ahead of you and not the one that's a little bit farther down the road.
Okay, perfect. We're going to shift the focus from this weekend. We're going to talk a little bit of academic stuff. I noticed that both of you are health science majors. Let's start with Tanner. What do you plan to do with that after you graduate?
Sports science, actually. I was health science my first 2 years, and I ended up
both switched.
Yeah, we both switched actually, and just really into like overall exercise and stuff. And I'd like to become a personal trainer or get into coaching. So I've actually been for one of my classes, I've been getting mentored by Nate Bell, our assistant coach, for his Park Slope United soccer club that he founded. So I've been doing some hours with him and just getting the feedback from him on the next step of being a coach and how to handle all that stuff. So.
Okay, Logan, what about you?
Yeah, it's similar avenue with Tanner with the sports science. You know, my plan is to get my master's in exercise science and go more of a training route, but kind of combine it with goalkeeping. I do a lot. The club back home, Lehigh Valley United, that I grew up playing for. So I train a lot of their goalies back home. And, you know, again, I think we're both kind of big on you know, helping out and working with kids. I think that's something that, you know, I want in my future to do. So the exercise science, that ties in well with being an athlete, because you've been there, so it's kind of easier to relate and have that, you know, role model kind of thing.
Okay, so you guys have been, at least from what I've seen, very close since you came in freshman year. Like, was it just an instant click? Like, what happened? What happened?
It is honestly pretty weird. You know, when you think about it, we have some very strange similarities that run throughout our family, and you know, it was just one of those things where, you know, call it love at first sight if you want, in a bromance. But
yeah.
you know, we kind of just clicked right off the bat, even from our recruiting trip, and we kind of played locally around the same area. So it was same conference of club ball. So, you know, we knew it, and we could relate to, you know, similar players that we've played with and similar teams, and, you know, having a similar lifestyle, and then started to notice other similarities, and we, you know, just kind of clicked. As you can tell, I tend to talk too much and he tends to not talk enough, so we kind of balance each other out.
So it's kind of like, you know, vanilla ice cream and chocolate ice cream.
Exactly.
Balance each other out.
I'd like to think I'm the chocolate.
All right, guys. So going off of that, I saw the fun fact face-off video that you guys did last year. Unfortunately for Logan, Tanner won in single elimination because Logan thought that Tanner's biggest fear was being touched or tickled by the neck, when in reality it was shark attacks.
My biggest fear is being held down. I'm very claustrophobic, especially up around the neck and clavicle area. I hate that.
Biggest fear? Sharks.
That is not your biggest fear. You're lying
Shark
to
attacks,
yourself.
dude.
He doesn't like to be tickled or touched by the neck, and that's true.
That is true.
I said that yesterday in the caf.
Yeah, you might have said that.
Sharks aren't cool. Who won?
I don't want to hear it.
You did. Yeah, you did.
I'm Tanner Sica, and I'm the winner of the Fun Fact Face-Off.
Thanks for tuning in.
Logan.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know. I dropped the ball on that one. No pun intended. But yeah, it's still kind of a little salty for the loss there, but you know, got back together and we're doing all right now.
All right. Well, we're not going to do a fun fact face-off here on the Google Hangout, but we will do some sort of rapid fire, you know, this or that. I'll give you a question like Coke or Pepsi and just give me an answer. All right, guys?
All right.
We're going to start off with Real Madrid or Barcelona.
Real Madrid.
Barcelona. Sorry, I didn't go quick enough. I was waiting for him. All right.
It's okay. One can go after the other. You don't have to go at the same time. Brownies or cookies?
Brownies.
Cookies.
Boston or New York?
New York.
Ooh. New York.
You can't
I have
say
family from Boston. I have family from Boston. So it's
Super Mario Brothers or Sonic the Hedgehog?
Super
Mario Brothers.
All right. And surfing or skateboarding?
I'm from the beach. This is big.
I'm
skateboarding.
I'm a skateboarder. I've never surfed. Not really a skater either, but more so than surfer.
I'm
I guess.
skateboarding.
Okay, last question. Lionel Messi or Ronaldo?
Ronaldo. Dude. Ronaldo. Ronaldo's the man.
All right, guys. Thank you very much, and good luck this weekend. I'll see you there.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, Kyle.
No problem. All right, NEC fans. This was an NEC GEICO Google Hangout. I want to remind you that 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. Visit geico.com.